So the Bay Area ain't stopped all year. Even though we got this whole pandemic going on, people still putting out music. And my guest today is no different. Joining me today is none other than Champ Green to talk about his latest project, Agape Elephant in the Room. Thank you for joining me, Champ.
Yes, hey man, how you doing?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
So getting right into it. Um, I was looking on Tidal because that's the DSP I use.
Okay.
It says this is your first album since 2014.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, I had a little hiatus.
What brought you back?
Um, I never kind of stopped doing music. I had projects, as artists, sometimes you do stuff, but then also trying to figure out the climate,
Mhm.
of where music at, and then how you gonna go about, putting it out or whatever. So that was that, and so I was, working a little more. I was still like kind of like, rapping, but I guess it was in different forms. Like, I was like teaching kids poetry.
Mhm.
So I started turning my raps into poetry and different type of stuff that still was like involved with, I guess, rapping, so to speak, but just I guess in different ways or whatever. So, you know, still doing collaborations and stuff like that. But yep. Um,
So it was just about a matter of time for you to finally come out with something else, then, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You know.
So, um, I guess let's take a step back a little bit. What can you say are some of your influences musically?
Musically, you know, uh, I would say, like, this water right here, you got, whether it's your, the grand staples, here, like the shorts, the 40s, the Richie Riches, but, you know, um, I even go all the way to the other side of the water, the East Coast, uh, watching my brothers like EPMD.
Hmm.
My older brothers, play EPMD, so they're Biz Markie, the Juice Crew, um, Outcast, UGK, you know, uh, Scarface, the whole Ghetto Boys,
Hmm.
you name it. I've been all over 8 Ball, MJG. I've been all over the place. I could go on and on. I just like really um, just had front row seats to it. I got older brothers, and they kind of like served me a lot on, music.
Nice.
So
They put you on to a lot of things to listen to, I guess.
yeah, yes, definitely, definitely, definitely.
That's
Yeah,
dope.
that's for sure.
It definitely makes it a lot easier for you too, especially growing up, because then you don't have to go out and necessarily explore on your own. You kind of have that like path
Yeah,
already set for you.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely.
uh, and I, before I forget, I know you mentioned you're doing the like even though you weren't doing like an album, you're still like doing or working with poetry for the kids. What was Can you expand on that a little bit? Like what was
Okay.
going on with that?
Yeah, for sure. So what I would do is I would I come up with like look acronyms first, right?
Hmm.
And I would come up acronyms, for example, like I would have them, kind of spell out their name.
Hmm.
Like for example, I tell them my name is Champ, and what I'm saying, and I would break down my name like challenge humans always masterfully prosper. So I
Hmm.
would tell them in your name, break down your name for yourself and come up with an acronym for your name, to help you empower yourself and then put it in a poem. So I would pretty much have a poem pretty much about your name,
Oh,
and
that's
how could
dope.
you break that? Yeah, how could you break your name down and empower yourself at the same time and kind of see probably what you didn't see, as far as in, having a definition with your name. You may have it, your parents say, well, what's your name? This is your name. And then you give them a definition of, well, you know, Eric means ruler or conqueror, but you know, for the definition of Eric, you may come up with something like everybody reaps insurance correctly. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know what I mean? So just a little fun, cool little thing that
Yeah.
attach yourself to or get familiar with. If it makes you think a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Because it sounds like, I mean, well, parents always have that name in mind, right? And there's usually something associated with it, but that doesn't necessarily translate directly to the kid. So
Exactly.
having them talk about themselves, like really, it, it makes them think. But
Yeah,
it's
for
also
sure.
it makes them think about themselves in a way that they probably didn't think about. So that's really
Exactly.
dope.
Exactly.
That's dope. Uh,
Appreciate you, man.
oh yeah, of course. No, like because one of my favorite, well, really just one of my favorite nonprofits, Hip Hop for Change, is like that's kind of their whole. That's one of their things. Like they want to really educate the youth and like use
Yeah,
hip hop as that catalyst. So
sure.
seeing that like it's not just them, it's like it's a thing that other people really be doing. So it's really dope.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've worked with them before too.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
sure.
No, they're great. Like I
Uh,
really do appreciate what they're doing for the
Definitely,
community and for the youth.
definitely.
Um, as far as the this album goes, though, how did you come about the name?
So, like, like, okay, so agape, like, I learned agape, in church in reference to God. So,
Mhm.
what I'm saying, like love, like, it's like big love, right? And then, it's like the love that God gives you. You know what I'm saying? That's like another level of love. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, if growing up, you know what I mean? That's like, it's like that's the highest. That's big love, God being able to love you, you know what I mean? So I took that spin off from, like how people say the saying, the elephant in the room.
Mhm.
It's almost like you can't deny this big love that's in the room. Although people may try to act as if like it's not there, it's there, you know what I mean? And it's unconditional. That's you know what I mean? It's just heavy game or heavy love. I would say, that's in the room and represented, regardless of whether you try to, not look at it or not pay attention to it. But it's like there. It's like I guess it's hiding in plain sight, but it ain't hiding though.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So depending on the way you look at it, either you'll say, I'm the problem or the solution, and depending on how you greet or treated, will get the result of whether you think I'm a problem or a solution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was my take on it. You
I see.
know,
So kind of like if like even if well, elephant in the room is like that thing that people don't acknowledge, but everyone knows is there. So
exactly, exactly. That's what. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
that's definitely what I'm kind of getting at. You know what I mean?
yeah. So like you're
Yeah,
trying to make sure, you're trying to let people or remind people or let people know that love is always in that room, even though it
exactly,
may not seem it. That's dope,
exactly, exactly.
and that definitely shows throughout the project too. Like because honestly, I've only gotten the chance to really sit down and listen to it a handful of times, so I haven't even
Okay,
do a full dissection yet. But from what I've been hearing, like I do hear that like there's there's a lot of love in it. Like
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what was is that something that you kind of went into the project like with the mindset of or
I was brainstorming one day, so I had did the music already
Mhm.
for the most part, or I was um, doing the music. So I had to kind of sit with the title, see like what I want to name it.
Mhm.
Because normally um, like how I kind of come up with titles is like, okay, for example, like if a producer, like sometimes producers like name their beats, right, and they may
Mhm.
name it like Sunshine, and then I could take that and build on the story. So with DJ Bossa, he kind of like his beats are numbered, right? So it's just not like out what you know can create and say, bam, this is this. So and then even in the fellas in Grand National, like, you know, they got like you know, the way they go about like, you know, creating is real dope. So it's just not I don't think it's the norm of just like coming up with like project titles or just it's just real cool. Right. So I was sitting thinking when it was my turn, I was like, okay, well, what am I gonna name it? And then as I was just thinking, it I just kept like brainstorming. Not too hard either though. Just, you know, it's like as I'm getting into it, I'm like, okay, what am I naming? Because the work is already done. And then I ended up coming up with that. Agape Elephant in the Room. You
Nice.
know, it kind of resonated with me even more so like just of what it is, even in the climate we is of and who we are, you know, as representatives of Grand National, and then a spinoff of Grand National is, you know, my offering that I'm bringing to the world. And I said, okay, well then it's gonna be, you know, Agape Elephant in the Room, you know.
Mhm.
So that's kind of how that derived. You know what I mean?
Right, right. And I know you mentioned Basta. Did he produce the whole thing, or
Yes, sir.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
I
Yeah.
know he did the seed projects, and that's
Yep.
on here too. But
Yep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So he just dropped another seed with Jane.
hmm
It dropped the same day as Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's dope too. I
It
really
definitely,
I really do like
definitely
what y'all be doing with the seed project too. Like it's just fun.
it is. You know, I think that's where kind of I was enlightened or the light bulb came on for me as far as just even with the whole even with the whole process or even my maturation process of, you know, evolving as far as in, you know, I don't just rap no more. I do art now.
Mhm.
You know, so that that put me in another light doing that, doing the seed, and then, you know, it's like going from a, you know, from a how it go like before the butterflies like the larva or the
Mhm, mhm.
caterpillar in, you know, the cocoon, however the little process is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at, Matt. That's where I'm at with it, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I don't really rap no more, man. We, you know, we do art, baby. You know.
Y'all evolved to proper artists.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
see. That's dope.
Definitely.
That's dope when you're able to acknowledge that too, because it's like I know a lot of people like they just kind of stumble into it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's definitely been a long time coming for us.
Hmm.
Uh,
Um, and then I mean, briefly talking about the seed before we get into the project, um, was that always intended to be like part of an album as well?
yeah, so I would just pretty much okay. So what I did was, well, so my project in a sense like it's the same. It's like it for me. It started from the seed,
Hmm.
and so it's like the Agape Elephant in the Room is an extension of the seed,
I
or a
see.
more longer extended version, I
Hmm.
would say.
Okay.
So I, you know, I just it's because the seed is part of it, you know.
Yeah.
So I added like four more songs and make another little, you know, extension of it, or I guess you can call it a deluxe, but pretty much that's what Agape Elephant is, you know. Added four more situations, you
Hmm.
know. So yeah,
And then the album itself is fairly short. It's like 12 minutes
yeah,
or so.
yeah, definitely,
Did you do
definitely,
that like intentionally, or did you just want
yeah.
to keep it short?
Now where I'm at now, I realize, you know, we in it's an ADD culture or ADHD culture. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You know, it's very, very, you know, like the attention span is very, very short. You know, especially with the hustle and bustle of life and with the consumption of music, with the
Yeah.
variety of music. You know, it's a lot going on. So, you know, it's whereas, you know, I like, you know, I liked it that, you know, at first I thought it had like 15 minutes, but then I realized, oh, okay, it's only like 13 minutes or so. So I really thought that was cool though, right? At
Yeah.
first I was like, dang, it might be too short, but then I was like, nah, because I can go on to the next, project now.
Yeah.
Like for the past like week or two I've been off like I might be late to the party, but Ransom and Nicholas Craven in them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of projects I've been feeling like, they be like 15 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes. I kind of like those little projects, even the Griselda situations or like Willie the Kid or Rock Marciano. It'd be a lot of projects that be like, kind of like 20 minutes, 17 minutes.
Mm.
Like it's like you can get a lot of bodies of work in to where it doesn't
Yeah.
have to be so like the regular albums or whatever with the whole all that stuff. Like you can just paint your word pictures and drop your Van Gogh and keep pushing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense too, because like you said, people really do have a short attention span in terms of music, just because
Yes.
there's just a lot out there. It's not
Yeah.
necessarily a bad thing. It's just
No.
there's just too much out there
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
really grab people all the time. And like,
Exactly.
especially if someone like if this is like this first time someone's hearing you, like the shorter, I mean, oftentimes the shorter the better, because they'll be like, "All right, cool, I like them," or "I don't like them."
Yeah. Exactly. And then it's like if you do like it, you can go back and play it like heck of times.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
know.
That's the beauty of the short project. You just keep looping it.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
So getting into the album proper, I guess
Uh-huh.
you started off with "Patient Love" with Jane Hancock,
Yeah.
and just like my brief notes on it was just like it sounds like it's just about being patient in relationships,
Yeah.
but okay.
Yeah. And also because a lot of times in relationships you may take some trauma and excess baggage or just something into the relationship and you're with another individual about to invest or build and you may not even know fully how that individual is.
Hmm.
So you gotta be patient with the love. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You really want the love to grow. You know what I mean? Or you want to, reap the benefits of it. To have an understanding of it. So, what I'm saying? If you really kind of want to evolve and problem solve, you got to kind of be patient with that love. You know what I mean?
Right. Like, because you don't know, like, especially at the beginning, like you don't know everything about them yet. So
Exactly. Exactly.
you want to bring it slowly. You want to
Yeah,
understand them.
exactly. Exactly.
So
Especially if, you're going to be, taking it to another level or potentially taking it to another level. So you kind of want to be able to see, is it going to be good or, is
right.
it worth doing it or is it, do I know all the, ins and out of me being able to deal with this form, So, yeah,
Right. Like being like understanding and like okay with whatever issues they may
yes,
be going through or whatever they have.
exactly,
All
exactly,
stuff like that.
exactly.
um I also just like that halfway through it just cut.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay, so that right there, my buddy, we would just, and this was, it'd be a real whole vibe of, when we be creating, right? So,
Hmm.
you know, um, Jane is amazing. She was just from the rip. She was like, she just cooked it up, vibed out. Like maybe 5 minutes later, she just whipped something up right in there, like just fresh cook up. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, like real fresh produce. Like it's like she planted the seed, it grew, and then bam, we got fruits and veggies and the whole nine, right? Then I went up in there, and then what's crazy is my partner was saying something in the booth, like outside of the booth. So I'm like, hey, blood, what you know what I'm saying? Ooh. And then that's how that able to get birthed. So it was real cool. Cause he had told me, hey, man, you gotta say something. And I was like, hey man, what you say? Hey, ooh. And then bam, they was like, man, keep that. So that was real dope, man. Shout out to my buddy VZ, man.
Shout
Yeah,
outs.
that was
uh,
dope.
that was hella funny too, because like it just felt real.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Like it didn't even feel like you guys had to like throw that in there. It just like it it did sound
Yeah,
like it was like actually in real time.
exactly, for sure, for sure.
That's hella funny. um, and then that goes into Grand Champion Roots.
Yeah,
Um, to me, like when I first listen, like first couple listens of it, like your verse just sounded like a word association. But then I'm like going back, I'm like, no, you're actually trying to say something,
for
but I
sure,
haven't
for sure.
fully like broken it out yet.
Yeah, for sure. Yep, it's all good. Yep, I was pretty much not like not only like with word playing, but just you know what I'm saying just in reference to like so Ian went to college, he went to the HBCUs,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying, and Howard. So just playing on that, like like co-work, like we co-work, but mind business, dream big, big business,
Mhm.
like commentate co-sale, like Howard co-sale, like like we was commentating, you know what I'm saying?
I see.
It was a lot of, everything was like it's definitely a lot of hidden gems in it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I definitely left diamonds to so you can
To uncover.
for sure, for sure.
No, for sure. Because I was really just trying, like, on my way home last night. I'm like, damn, what is he saying here?
Yeah,
like, there is a flow here, but like, I was trying to like really
yeah,
break it down.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it may take a little minute, but it's there.
Yeah,
It's there.
it's all
I got
hidden.
you for sure.
No, it was fun though, because like I said, like it sounded like free like word association, but like and like that in itself, like it flowed well.
Yeah,
Because it's not
yeah,
like you're just saying like random words. Like they're all related, obviously, but
definitely,
it's
definitely.
like I don't know. It was just it was different.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
um, and then that went into Idiot Box, and I actually really the video for it was hella funny.
Right on. Appreciate you, man.
Like, but I mean, obviously this is just a reference to like TVs and movies.
Yeah,
Because I mean, right away you start off with all like the TV show references.
yeah, for sure. And
Um, but
uh,
go ahead.
oh, and then just getting more in depth with that, like just internet and just like things that are intertwined with each other.
Yeah, like
That
kind of like entertainment like sources.
yeah, but that depending on how you treat it can lead you down a rabbit hole.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's like intimacy, you know, uh, to the point to where is it it could lightweight have a toll on your brain mentally,
Right.
you know.
Because to me, like what I picked from it was sometimes we gotta let the drama stay on TV.
Yeah, for sure. Because if it starts playing a part in your life, it could really affect it in a not cool way. You
Right.
know, it could break up happy homes. You know, it could it could allow you to go viral for some stuff you might not be too proud of. Just different type of
Hmm.
things. Um, um, it then again there. I mean, even through the whole project, but Idiot Boxes is definitely fun, but it's some heavy game in there. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot going on there, you know.
Yeah. It's like
Uh,
it just sometimes like we try to emulate what we see out there, and
Definitely.
that's not always
That
the best.
you
But also like you mentioned, like sometimes things go out there that's not really you, but that's what you
yeah,
get popping off of.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? And um like that's probably That's probably one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite records on there.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah,
No, it's definitely a fun one.
yeah, definitely, definitely.
Then we got Mountain Spring Water with Black Achilles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
um,
Yes, sir.
my my one note on it is life is the water.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But what else was going on with that track?
Okay, so that concept, is like life is the water surrounded by the beach.
Mhm.
Get a fat farm, raise cattle, then eat. Do it all again, my friend. That's a win. A golden state of mind. You shine from within. So like like how Russell Simmons had the fat farm jeans.
Yeah.
So like life is the water. It's like surrounded by the beach. And you get a fat farm. You may get you get a lady. Y'all have kids, and then your cattle is the kids. Not in
Mhm.
in that aspect. You do it all again, and then that's a win. And then the golden state of mind, you shine from within. So it's coming from within, reflecting outer. And then also it's just like the concept came from inspiration from Black Achilles and my other folks. They're taking, trips like camping and stuff.
Mhm.
So they was camping for the weekend, just chilling, vibing, just enjoying life, right? And um, I got the inspiration from that, and then I sent it to them. But I got the information based off my kind of like vision of them kicking it, like you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So it's funny where you draw inspiration from. You may not necessarily be there in that form, but
Right.
you draw it from there. Like that was the visual I got of them. Vibing out. Living, just living. You know what I mean. And that's what it came about. So yeah, so I called it a Mountain Spring Water, like refreshing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So
Yeah, no, that title makes a
yeah,
lot more sense now based on the inspiration for it.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
uh,
You know,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense because it's like um, shining from within. Like you gotta like if you want like happiness, if whatever you want in life, like it's all kind of gotta
yeah,
come from within you. Like you can't just
within, yeah,
make it appear.
exactly, exactly.
And then I
And
guess
so
you know, I guess like taking inspiration from when people go out on trips, on camping trips, stuff like that, like they're like kind of finding peace, you could say, for some people,
yes,
and
for
like
sure,
just
for
getting away
sure,
from everything. So yeah,
for
no,
sure.
that makes a lot of sense. Like um,
Yeah,
what you're saying there.
yeah,
um, and then I guess are the next four tracks are just from the seed, right? Like
yep, yep,
rhythmically teaching, Jess Piccoli, Clarity's photography, and words for friends.
yes,
So
yeah,
um, I really like how actually like they they flowed really well together because I know with some of the other
yeah,
seed projects like it's a little bit more abrupt of a beat change.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
because I know like from rhythmically teaching to Jeff Spicoli, like it goes from good night, good afternoon, then good morning, and it just kicks right off.
yeah, yeah, for sure,
Like
for
that was
sure. I gotta get that up to Basta. Basta really, that was real dope on the transitions, like so.
it was
Yeah,
real smooth.
yeah, yeah.
With rhythmically teaching, what were you trying to get across there?
Um, just about how everything is like, kind of connected. Like, all right, for example, like I said, take a journey. The symbolism through rhythm, how we deal with the Sphinx in the prison, educate the pipeline system through the prison. Text message rap, you listen, good riddance. Like, just how all things are like, they teach you through all these different things. You may not even know that you're being taught or subconsciously, what they, already have for you or what they're planning for you or, what they're trying to groom you into, you
Mm,
know.
okay.
So it's like with all that, you end up as you get older, it's like, through the hustle and bustle in life, it's like, like it causes you, like to like try to keep up in the world. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? Which at the end, and I say, that's gray hairs, that's wisdom, right? Or you stressing the game, ain't sleeping, right? You know what
mm,
I'm saying? Like it's it's just so much stuff going on, like to whereas you didn't even know how like they kind of had the system mapped out for you, but you didn't really realize those signs that they were giving you and all those different things was all adding up to what they want you to do, or how much of or how enslaved they kind of want you to be, or to be like, or you know what I mean?
right,
You know?
right. So you're kind of like trying to like teach awareness of what's
Yes,
going on,
yes,
like with the system and like just kind of like the norm, like not the norm, but like just the plan that everyone's like, oh no, this is what expected of you. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
yeah, you know. So what society has deemed, oh yeah, this is what you should do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? You should go about it like this, or we've already said that X, Y, and Z. 80% of you will, followed by 60% of this, and you know what I'm saying. So you know, but like I said, man, I'm Han Solo, Snapchat a photo. All these lords of the ring were well ahead of this Frodo.
Hmm.
You know, so yeah, it's a fun, it's a fun 12 minutes. You know what I'm
It
saying?
is no like, and this track like it's like you're really saying some shit, but like you're keeping it light too.
Sure, for sure.
So like it really like I think that would help it resonate with a lot of listeners too, because you're like yeah, it's a lighthearted song, but it's also like yo no, there's actually some things you need to pay attention to
Yeah,
here.
sure, for sure.
um,
I try to I try to keep it seriously funny. You know what I mean?
yeah. And then that goes into Jeff Spicoli. Why'd you name it Jeff Spicoli?
That's Macaulay. That's my guy, man. Last times at Ridge My High.
Hmm.
Really, it's just like that's really what it was. Like, I was speaking of you know, uh, a young lady in the form of like a fast car. Like, so in Fast Times at Ridge My High, Jeff Spicoli, he was just, doing his thing,
Hmm.
and I remember he crashed the car, his partner, big brother car, and they had to come up with something quick, just really just was like, again, then again, goes back to the Grand National Project. If I know you a heavy listener to the National,
Hmm.
so if the titles, the titles are very unique, right?
Yep.
So those I got inspirations from those, and then Mo Green's titles, and if you notice, all the titles are very different. D
Yeah.
Bledsoe's, like, you see what I'm saying? So it was really just really really cool. I've been inspired to name stuff. I ain't gonna stop. I've been inspired. I mean, I'm coming from Machine, a dope artist who create like that. So that's kind of where that came from. You know what I
it
mean?
definitely rubs off.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely.
That was just funny to me though, because I was like I was trying to like be like, what? Why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how I sound like it.
and
Yeah, man.
you're just like, okay, okay. I'm like, Jeff Spicoli. All right.
Yeah, Fast Times at Ridgemont High, man. You feel me?
um, But anyways, what were you what were you trying to say with that song? Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. Pretty much, I was just like saying, the you know, uh, fast cars is cool. You know what I mean? Or having fun is cool, but when fun start having you, it's a whole different story.
Hmm.
As far as in reference to, like, you may like a young lady or whatever it is that you like, is fun and entertaining, but at the same time, it can be draining.
Right.
So it's to the point to where it's just like, it may not be good for you. Like the feeling is just only momentarily.
Hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Right.
Kind of like it is exciting, but it's almost like whatever your vice is. It's like it could take to a euphoric state, but then also it's like it could cause an earthquake.
Right. Right.
You see what I'm saying? To where it's just like it may not be. It doesn't. It may not always be. It's draining. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
To the point to where it. It's it may not be good for you. You know.
Right. There's like two sides
So
to it.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know, you can definitely experiment and explore, but it may not. It it may not. It may not be too kosher for you. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
So handle with care. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Keep her nothing in excess, everything in moderation.
For sure. For sure. For sure.
Because there's for sure things that you should that's out there that's dope in in moderation. But once you go
Yeah.
too into it,
You see what I'm saying? Seriously. You're gonna be calling for help in some kind of way, man. You know what I mean?
hmm.
You might have to go to rehab. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yeah,
The, the, no, but no, for real, like, but just like, yeah,
yeah.
definitely a balance. So you know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Um, and then clarity photography. I'm trying to remember what that one was.
Um,
Let's see.
okay. It was just far as like okay, so from like it's the evolution. It's evolving. Like now you can you have a very clear picture. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Your taste buds is different. Like you no longer crave for that. For that Jasper Coley type living now. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Like you got a clear picture of, like it's like you've been able to understand yourself enough and do deep sea diving research and inside yourself to where it's, you know like you're not only familiar with who you are, but you've been embracing yourself and loving yourself a little more. So
Hmm.
you got a little more a clear picture of who you are and how you want to go about it, though. Like being able to build with your friends and break bread with your friends and just get on a higher level of elevation. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? Just all together. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
And being able to be comfortable in your own skin, to where it's now it's not about competing, it's about completing.
Hmm.
You know, whether it ain't no reason to compete with my fans. We trying to complete each other and help each other out. Build each other up. Not tear each other down. That's just
Right.
like you know that's my maturation process. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You
Oh,
know?
yeah, and that's a pretty good transition from Jeff Spicoli then, because
Exactly.
like you're going from like well not knowing that there has to be a balance to
Yes.
realizing that, and then you have a clear picture of everything.
Yes.
That's dope.
That.
Like you can like the maturation process is just in that like track
Yes.
list too.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's dope. Because like yeah, like you said, when you have a clearer picture, you have a better idea, obviously, of yourself. But then
Yeah,
you kind of stop. Like I mean, obviously, you still got to compete in some way, but like
sure.
it's not like in a I gotta do better than them. Like I'm gonna do good, but like I want you to do good too.
Yeah. And you're like iron sharpen iron, right?
Yeah.
And like like it really feels good to be in your own lane, right? So like what you're pretty much doing is just you know and like you said, it's going to be some form of competitiveness or competing, but you will be competing with being the best version of yourself,
Mhm.
even in the greater scheme of things of competition or completing things. You're being the best version of yourself, or that is the goal.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So that's what clarity photography is. You
Right.
know, you know.
Yeah, and like with that, like once you get to that stage, like ideally it would rub off on other people too.
What I'm saying? It's real infectious. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
know, you know. So
like you can bring out the best in other
that's what it
people.
is, man. Yep, yep, most definitely.
And that's like the thing that I've been getting a lot from like talking to you guys from Grand National. Like you guys really do, like you like one, you guys have a pretty clear picture of who you guys are and like what you guys are trying to do, but you also bring out
Yeah,
the best out of each other
for sure.
in the studio and musically, and it also seems like outside of music in general too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving, man.
Yeah. And then words for friends, like that's a really good ending track. Like one
Yeah,
because of the title, but like also
for
it
sure.
sounds like it almost sounds like a voicemail, like because
Yeah,
the vocal effect on it.
that's hard. That's hard.
Um, what were you trying to like? I mean, to me, it sounds like you're just like you're leaving like a last message like for the
For sure.
album. But
For sure.
what else were you trying to get across there?
Um, just pretty much like uh keep getting better at it, to my homies, my friends, my whomever may you know uh digest these words or dissect these words. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And even a reference it to George Washington Carver. You know what I mean? He like I say, well, who gonna sell some peanuts around this motherfucker, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, he came up with 41 ways to, how the peanut can be used.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? So how you gonna George Washington carve your niche out? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And how many ways can you do that while you carving your own niche out? You see
Mm.
what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And even at the ending, when I say Ashe Hotep, Jesus wept, like I don't know everyone's belief system, what scale of belief system that they own, whatever that light is from within, man, let that shit shine and
Mhm.
shine bright, man. You see what I'm saying though? All the way on out to the sunset, man. Keep on riding, man. You know what I'm saying though? Keep on doing that. And remember, man, you know what I'm saying? Get better, not bitter, man. You're a winner, not a quitter. So you the engine that could and would and did. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
in that form though, man, you know what I mean? So just, I wanted to, that's my little last outro stain on the brain that I want to leave, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you
Like
know,
leave people
so
with those last words of inspiration.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
try to help
you
them
know,
better themselves in some way.
for sure. Like in the book, how they say, I guess when you're reading the footnotes or whatever, and they
Hmm.
say to my mother and my brother and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Words for friend, this for y'all. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's dope.
So yeah,
No, but and like I said, I really just like how it sounds at the end too, because like it legit just sounds like you call someone up and you're like, "Hey, these are just some words I wanted to spread."
yeah, sure, for sure, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah.
So that's yeah, that was the last track. Do you have any other like thoughts and things you want to get across with the album itself?
Um, Not really. Just not like. Uh, nope. It's just real. It's just art in rare form. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just I'm really pleased about it though. You know what I'm saying? Just not only the way it was conceived, but you know, um, just the whole thought into it, and it wasn't a pressure in making the music.
Right. Yeah.
It was a journey in itself. You know what I'm saying?
Um.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Was the majority of this project all done this year, or?
yeah, it
Sure.
was done like right after the um I would say it was done maybe after behind the scenes. It was done a
Mhm.
few months after the release of our first project off the
Okay.
Grand National, off Twice on Sunday.
For
I
sure.
would say it was done after that, but mixed and mastered and fine tuning, all that stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, but it was for sure done after that. Yeah,
Nice. So
yeah.
how's recording been during the pandemic? Like, has that changed
Um,
a whole lot, or?
I Not really. It's funny you say that. Um, okay, so we've been having spots. So before like before COVID actually hit or became a thing. So last year around this time we were recording, right? So then
Mhm.
we went into the new year, and then we had already finished work, and then I would say it was a I would say like March. You know how everything started getting real serious.
Yeah.
Right. So then I guess it was a stop on it because everybody trying to figure out what it is. Then it started back picking up. As
Mhm.
far as us being able to build and work. So it was cool though. It was cool. It wasn't like I've had longer. I would say hiatuses.
Right.
Yeah, but no, it was really cool. It was cool, and it's funny because like it it was able to create a lot of magic within these type of constraints or
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Um,
crazy.
I'm definitely pleased and thankful for what we've been able to do.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
yeah. So no, it's been cool. Pretty much. Yeah. I think we've picked up actually.
Oh yeah.
You know, yeah, yeah. It's like whenever we get a chance to get in there all together. Like last night we just had vibed out to
Oh
like
yeah.
3:30,
Yeah.
4 in the morning.
Oh yeah. You were mentioning
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So it was cool though. It was cool. So,
That's
but
dope.
it's picked up. It's like you know, and like I said, a lot of the Grand National cats is like them dudes. They stay recording whether it's inside the home, private, they
Right.
private, homes or whatever. They get active. So, but
Everyone's
it's been
staying
cool.
busy.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
All right. Uh, yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Is there any last minute things you wanna let the listeners know out there? Let the viewers know what you got cooking.
Uh, yeah, I got a few things coming up, man. I got another project dropping in February with DJ 12,
Oh, nice.
Pleasantly Plump 2.
Oh,
Yeah, the
nice.
Turkey Bacon Brothers. Yeah, I got that popping. And yeah, it's gonna we're gonna turn 2021 up for real. So just stay tuned. Agape
Oh yeah,
Elephant in the room out now, man. Everybody go tap in, man, to the whole Grand National movement, man, and get used to it, man. You know,
most definitely.
so
You guys started off,
uh,
or you guys went into 2020 hard. You can't slow down
yeah,
now.
nah, we too deep
Ain't
in the
no slowing
game, man.
down.
That's real game on the dashboard, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, everyone, please make sure you check out Agape Elephant in the Room. Review coming real soon, probably Tuesday, actually. And yeah, make sure you follow Cham Green on Instagram, Twitter. Follow everyone Grand National if you aren't already. I mean, come on now. Like I've had half of y'all, or well, I don't. There's too many of y'all to say it's half, but I've had so many of y'all already on here. If you ain't listened to Grand National yet, there's I don't know what to tell you. Thank you
Real,
so
man.
much, Cham, for being on. I really
Man, I
appreciate it.
really appreciate you, man. Thank
This
you,
was dope.
man. Yeah, thank you, man.
We'll have to tap in once you get that next project out.
Okay, most definitely. I definitely will.
For
Yeah.
sure. Take care.
All right, you too, man.
Peace.
Peace.